Hi guys, it's Ben Heath from Lead Guru, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a Facebook ads conversion campaign. Now, we create dozens of campaigns on Facebook and Instagram for our clients every single month, and I would say 90% plus of the campaigns that we create are going to be conversion campaigns. I'm always sort of beating the drum of conversion campaigns and saying that that's where you're going to get your best results. That's where you should be focusing. I'm going to show you exactly how to create them in this video. I think it's going to be very, very valuable. Now, before I get into the steps, just want to quickly ask for you to smash the like button on this video. That'd be very much appreciated. Really helps me out and only takes a second to do. Okay, so conversion campaigns, why are they so good? Well, when you run a conversions campaign, you are basically telling Facebook what a conversion is, so a purchase, a lead, etc. on your website. And then you are saying to Facebook, this is a conversion, help optimize my campaign for me and get me more of these conversions. Now, if you use a different objective like traffic or something like that, Facebook is going to optimize for that objective. So if you select traffic, they're going to try and get you as many link clicks as possible. If you select video views, they're going to try and get you as many video views as possible. If you select conversions, they are going to try and get you as many conversions as possible. And that is absolutely essential because as a Facebook advertiser, that's what we're all looking for. At the end of the day, we're all looking for people to buy our stuff or inquire about our services. Perhaps join an email list. There are other objectives, but really at the core of it, that's what we want. We want conversions, and that's what the conversions objective helps you do. Now, there's a lot of sort of misconception around conversion campaigns in that you need 50 conversions a week to be able to run them, etc., etc. That used to be the case. But now Facebook is a much more sophisticated advertising platform, and we're running conversion campaigns successfully that are generating far less than 50 conversions a week. If you're going to be generating more than 5, 10 conversions a week, you can absolutely run a conversions campaign. Okay. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into the steps. Oh, well, by the way, I'm in an example Facebook ad account here. If you're new to Facebook advertising, come across this video, you want to come to Facebook's Ads Manager. That's the screen that you're looking at right now. When you're in your personal profile, there'll be a little black arrow in the top right-hand side. Click on that, and that will bring down a drop-down menu. In that drop-down menu, there will be Manage Adverts, Create Adverts, something like that. Click on that, and you should come through to Ads Manager. Okay, so that's where we are. Let's go ahead and create this campaign. So I'm going to call this example conversions campaign. First step is to obviously give your campaign name. Special ad category is something different. I'm going to have videos covering that shortly. Buying type you want to leave as auction, and then campaign objective. Obviously, for it to be a conversions campaign, you need to go ahead and select conversions. When you're getting started with conversions campaigns, which is what I assume you are if you're watching this video, I would not do any sort of A/B testing. That's an advanced technique I would leave for later. You can see that campaign budget optimization is automatically turned on. That's what I would recommend. We have that turned on for nearly all our conversion campaigns. I'll include a link in the video description below explaining a bit more about campaign budget optimization, why you want to use it and all that sort of stuff. I don't want to cover that too much depth here, but it is a good feature. It helps optimize your budget across all the elements of your campaign so that if one targeting option or one ad is delivering much better results than the other, Facebook will put more budget into that, which gets you better results, something you really want. Okay, campaign budget. Again, I'll include another link in the video description talking about how to calculate your starting budget. So I've got basically like a formula that we use depending on what your objectives are, your target cost per purchase, all that sort of stuff to calculate a starting budget. In essence, you want to go with something that is affordable for your business. Don't go with something that's going to bankrupt you if you spend it doesn't work out. There's no guarantees with any marketing. With these sorts of videos, you've got a much better chance of having success, but you may have to go through a few iterations and things like that to make it work, okay? So just a word of caution on that. And then in terms of budget, I would make sure you go with daily budgets over lifetime budgets. I much prefer daily budgets. Daily budgets give you more consistency. They make it much easier to scale your budget when you want to do that. And they also reduce your workload. You're not having to constantly create new lifetime budget campaigns. So daily budget is what I would go with. Okay, then for the ad set level, I'm just going to call this example conversions ad set. And we're going to go with example, I can't type today, conversion ad. Okay. And then we're going to click save to draft. Right. Now, this has obviously taken us into the campaign level by default. You don't need to worry about any of these settings that we've already discussed, because when you create the campaign, you're already doing all the campaign stuff. So this campaign level is absolutely taken care of. You can now just click over to the ad set level. Right. Now, when you're running a conversions campaign, in order for Facebook to be able to optimize your campaign for a specific event, they need to know what that event is. Okay? So you can see the conversion event locations website. That's what the majority of people are going to be using. So I'll leave it at that for now. And you can see here that we've got this example that says conversion event. So basically Facebook is asking like, right, we know you want conversions, but tell us, what is a conversion? We need to know what a conversion is to be able to optimize. To set up a conversion event and to run a conversions campaign, you're going to need to install the Facebook Pixel. So I'll include another link in the video description. There'll be lots of links in the video description. But this video will be all about how to set up the Facebook Pixel on your website and how to set up conversion events. To give you a quick example, let's say someone was to click through to my website. Okay, they then navigate to our contact page, they fill out our contact form, they're then taken to a thank you page. Now on that thank you page, we have event code, part of the Facebook Pixel, installed on that thank you page. So anyone that reaches the thank you page is registered as a lead. And that means I can come in here and I can select lead, and then Facebook understands what that is, okay? They know, aha, we want to optimize this campaign to get as many people to that thank you page as possible, because we know the only way someone gets to that thank you page is by filling out a contact form and becoming a lead first, okay? So then Facebook can use that data, and conversion campaigns really improve over time as Facebook generates more data. So once you've generated, 50, 100 conversions, Facebook can really start to work out things like, right, this business's audience are more likely to convert at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. than they are at 8 a.m. in the morning. Right, let's deliver more of their ads during that time frame. They can work out things like, women are more likely to convert than men. People aged 40 to 55 are more likely to convert than people who are younger or older. All that sort of stuff. And that really makes a big, big difference to your campaign performance. And that's why I'm such a big fan of the conversions objective. And it's not just limited to targeting issues. It's also things like placement options. Is your audience more likely to convert on Instagram feed or Instagram stories or Facebook feed or marketplace ads? They'll work all this out for you. That's the beauty of the conversions campaign. Okay, by the way, when I go through this campaign creation process now, you're going to see lots of errors and things like that come up. That's just because this is an example ad account and we haven't actually got the Facebook Pixel set up. You can see that this here, properly installed. You can see that this here has got a red dot next to it. That means that conversion event is not being registered. If it was on our real website with a real ad account, that would be green and show would be all good to go. But you will understand more about that when you go through my Facebook Pixel tutorial. The video will be linked to in the description, video description below. Okay, moving on. Dynamic creative and offer. I very rarely use either of those, and particularly if you're getting started with conversion campaigns on Facebook, or perhaps you've given them a go and they haven't worked and you're trying to get to a point where you can generate a profitable campaign. This is not something I'd recommend getting involved with. They're quite advanced features, so I'd avoid those for now. Budget and schedule when it comes to creating a conversion campaign. I mean, this is just automatically defaulted to the day in which and the time in which I'm recording this video. You can obviously enter in a start date if you don't want to. You don't want to get going as soon as you publish this. You want to get going in a week's time or whenever. Obviously enter in a start date. End date's completely optional. You can either set one when you want this campaign to end, or you can take my approach, which is I'm going to be monitoring my campaign fairly regularly. And of course, for the clients we work with, our ad account managers are in their accounts, in our clients' accounts all the time, checking various things. So we don't need to set a specific end date. We're going to be monitoring all that sort of stuff. And you can also set ad set spend limits. So give Facebook, I only want you to spend a maximum of $500 or $2,000 in this ad set. Just an added layer of protection in case you forget about the campaign, you don't want a massive bill at the end of the month, something like that. Okay, right, now when it comes to audiences, in the past, people just used to reserve conversion campaigns for warm audiences. So retargeting people that have visited your website, that have watched a video on Facebook. And that used to be the best strategy, because the way Facebook worked was that people weren't really used to interacting with ads at the time, and you wanted to warm people up first and then retarget them with a conversions campaign. That's not really the case anymore. The Facebook and Instagram users are very used to being advertised to at this point. They're very used to interacting with ads, and you don't need to focus exclusively on warm audiences. Now, we will target warm audiences, but we will also target cold audiences, and that's what I'm going to focus on this video, because I think that's the trickier, more valuable part to go through. Now, the warm audiences section, the reason why I stopped at this point is custom audiences. So custom audiences are warm audiences, things like your email list, your website visitors, people who like you on Facebook, all that sort of stuff. I'll include a link to another video in the video description, which shows you how to create lookalike audiences, which are lookalike audiences are made from custom audiences. But if you go through those tutorials, you'll understand that a lot better. But that is something that you absolutely can do. But for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to add in any custom audiences. I'm going to focus on cold audiences. So when we get down to our sort of main targeting options here, the first thing you need to decide is the location in which you want to advertise. This is fairly self-explanatory. Where do you serve customers? Do you for example, I'm based in the UK, and the default here is the entire country, the entire United Kingdom. But we could, as a business, we also service the US, Australia, Canada, all sorts of English-speaking countries, right? So we could go ahead and add all those in. But perhaps you're a local business and you just operate within 10 miles of your business. Fairly straightforward. If you want to change that, you just come in and click edit. You can delete that option. You can enter in, specific points on a map. So you could enter in just like a city, for example. And if I zoom in, I don't know why they zoom me all the way out. Let me just scroll up from West Africa. There we go. I could just put in that point in on a map, for example, around Bristol. Completely up to you. Obviously, that would be dependent on your business. In terms of you saying, like, I can ship worldwide, if you're in that position where you can ship worldwide or work with any company worldwide, or you have a digital company, I would still probably stick to the businesses where you think the majority of your customers are going to come from. So, for example, in our case, it might be something like the United Kingdom, United States. I mean, those two countries alone represent probably 90% of our clients. We're also going to have, somewhere around 90%, 85%. We're also going to have clients coming from typically Australia and Canada on our books at any one time. So we might start with those countries selected. And obviously, if I zoom out, you'll be able to see them on a map. Okay, fairly straightforward. Right, then we've got our age parameters. Think about where the majority of your customers come from. This doesn't have to be too exact, and don't make it too narrow. So I know that as a Facebook advertising agency, the majority of our customers are going to be over the age of 25 and probably under the age of 60, maybe even 55. I don't typically ask clients exactly how old they are. So, I don't know. I'm just sort of guessing off, what they look like and things like that. But I would say that's typical age range, with most probably being in that sort of 30 to 50 bracket. But don't get sort of overly hung up on this, okay? Genders, we're going to leave as all. We have male clients, female clients, but your business might be heavily swayed one way or the other, in which case it's absolutely fine to narrow further. So those are sort of the basic demographic targeting options. And then we get into detailed targeting. And detailed targeting will include things like interests, behaviors, etc. And a lot of people overthink this, right? They really sort of focus on getting ultra specific with your targeting options. That used to be more important, and it still is very important if you use a different campaign objective, something like traffic or video views. But when you're running a conversions campaign, remember, you're putting Facebook on your side. You're telling them, this is a conversion. Please, Facebook, go get me more of these. So I now like to be much broader with our targeting options and give Facebook more leeway with which to find really high quality prospects. So for example, if I was advertising my own business, Facebook advertising agency, I know that the majority of our customers, people who go on to become clients, are already somewhat active on Facebook. They're usually small or medium-sized business owners or marketers, marketing managers that work in companies. Either way, a lot of these people are going to be classified as, I need to enter that in, as business page admins. So they will be an admin of a Facebook page for a business is basically what this means. I know that a lot of basically everyone that goes on to work with us will meet that criteria. It's not a super specific targeting option, but is a good one to go with. Now, okay, first I'll mention things in order. First thing I'm going to do is deselect this option. I'm going to explain why in a second. So I deselect this option, and then this gives me an audience definition of potential reach over here of 3.7 million, which I think is absolutely fine. It's larger than most people would go with. I've created videos talking about audience size, and yes, you probably don't want an audience size less than 250,000, something like that. But I'm happy for audiences, particularly when you're advertising to this larger population. Four countries here with the US in particular having a massive population. It's absolutely fine. Well, let's go back down. Oh, I've gone too far. It's absolutely fine to go with an audience size of 3.7 million. So broader than most people would go with, and I think that's where you should be focusing with your conversion campaigns. As I said, if you're using a traffic objective or something else, we're going to narrow that down because we don't want to give Facebook as much leeway. Okay, but actually, once I've then worked out how big my audience size is, I'm going to tick detailed targeting expansion. That gets me back up to 200 million. And that's for the very same reason of we want to give Facebook a lot of leeway. So detailed targeting expansion basically says to Facebook, look, these business page admins is who I think is likely to convert with my campaigns, but I'm happy for you to have quite a lot of flexibility, Facebook, in trying to find other people that perhaps aren't business page admins that might meet the criteria and might from the data that you think, okay, this person isn't a business page admin, but we think they're really likely to convert on this offer. Therefore, we will advertise to them. I'm happy to give Facebook quite a lot of leeway. Languages, I'm going to leave as all languages. When I'm advertising to these 4 countries, obviously everyone in those countries, or just about everyone, is going to speak English, and all our advertising is going to be in English. So that's not a problem, but depending on where you are located, you might want to specify certain languages, which is absolutely not a problem. Don't worry about any of the more options. We are then good to go. So that's targeting taken care of. Oh, by the way, how do you go about, just quickly, finding these sort of behaviors, interests, things like that? Check out another video, I'll include the link in the video description, that shows you how to use Facebook's Audience Insights tool, completely free tool, any Facebook advertiser can use it, and it's absolutely fantastic for identifying potentially high-performing targeting options, okay? So I've got a whole tutorial about exactly how I use Facebook's Audience Insights. As I said, make sure you go ahead and check that out. Link will be in the video description, and that'll show you how you find good options for your business. And then what I'd like to do is, in this example campaign, I'm only going to create one ad set, but let's say I came up with not just business page admins, but another 4 or 5 different options that I wanted to target. I would create new ad sets and only target one interest, demographic, behavior targeting option per ad set. And the reason why I'm going to only do one per ad set is because if I was to add in, a whole bunch of other criteria like small business owners, for example, let's say this ad does well or does badly. Is that because of the small business owners or because of the business page admins? I don't know. Whereas if I just go with the one, I know exactly how this targeting option performs versus all my others, and that allows me to optimize my campaign going forward by pausing the underperformers and continuing to run and scaling the best performing options. So split them all out for that reason. Okay, now we get onto the delivery section. So we're going at quite a good pace here. Placements. Placements refers to the locations on Facebook and Instagram where your ads can appear. So if I just quickly click manual placements for a second, you can see there's 4 main categories. There's Facebook, there's audience network, which is like, when you click on like an article on Facebook, it's the ads that are embedded within those sorts of articles. Instagram and Messenger. And then within those, there are a lot more. So you can see you've got all the various feeds, you've got stories options, a whole bunch of different options that you can go ahead and use in article, apps and sites. This is all the audience network here. Now, this is another reason why I really like using conversion campaigns, because as we've already discussed, when you tell Facebook what a conversion is and say to Facebook, I want more conversions, Facebook is going to optimize your ad delivery for conversions. So if your ads are performing much better on Facebook stories than they are on Instagram feed, Facebook is going to start putting much more budget into ads that are shown on Facebook stories instead of the Instagram feed. If you was to use another campaign objective like traffic or video views, I would not be using automatic placements. I would be using manual placements and just being very selective. But you can leave it as automatic placements. Optimization for ad delivery, leave as conversions. We absolutely want conversions. As you see, you can edit, you can change this to landing page views, but no. Why would I want to optimize for landing page views? I want to optimize for conversions. Simple as that. Cost control, you don't need to add on anything. In this case, Facebook isn't letting me anyway, but you don't need to worry about that. And don't worry about this show more options down below either. So that is the ad set level. Ad set levels dictate targeting, dictate delivery, and we've set that up. Very, very simple to do. Don't overcomplicate it. You can look at all the options and be like, what do I do here? But actually, when you know what's going on, fairly straightforward. Okay, and now the third and final level, we click into the ad. Now, when it comes to Facebook ads, when you're using a conversions campaign, the thing to always keep in mind before you start getting into what images you should use, what videos you should use, what copy, all that sort of stuff, is what's your offer? Conversion campaigns, particularly when you're targeting cold audiences, people who haven't interacted with your business before, perform much, much better with a very appealing introductory offer. So what that is for your business will really depend on what it is that you sell. Is it perhaps a free consultation that people can get before they then go ahead and sign up for your services? Okay. Something that's easy for them to say yes to. Something that's like, oh yeah, I have thought about hiring an architect to help with, our extension. This guy offers a free consultation. Why don't I book that in with him? Is it a free quote? Is it a discount off your products if you want people to buy? Is it, if you buy one of these, we'll also give you, another product completely free? These sorts of introductory offers are very, very important to get people to take action. And a lot of business owners are reluctant to offer these sorts of things, thinking it'll cost them money. But the thing is, your cost per conversion is likely to come down so much with a good introductory offer that it's going to more than pay for itself, the added cost of, sending an additional free product or doing a free consultation, because your response rate will be that much better. Now, when it comes to the ad setup for conversion campaigns, I'm not going to demonstrate that here in this video because it's a whole separate thing. And I've already created another video that is called 6 Successful Facebook Ads to Copy From in 2020, something along those lines. There will be a link to that video in the video description. Absolutely make sure you check that out. In that video, I've got 6 Facebook ads. All have been used in conversion campaigns for our clients in real live examples. They've all performed very, very well, and they're all in different industries. So we've got an interior designer, we've got a gym, we've got a couple of e-commerce companies, we've got digital businesses, all sorts, right, in there. So I would absolutely go through that video and I break down each of those ads, right? And I say, okay, this ad, we use this image, this headline, etc., etc. It performed well because of X, Y, and Z. So if you want to know exactly what to include in your ad in your conversions campaign, check that out. You can absolutely model from those ads. It's really going to help improve campaign performance. In fact, not only do I give you lots of different industries, there's also different ad formats amongst those 6. So there's a carousel, there's image ads, there's video ads, there's all sorts. So that is the resource I would recommend checking out for the ad level, as opposed to me going over it again here. But yeah, just keep your offer in mind is something that I really wanted to highlight and make sure you were aware of. Okay, so hopefully that's been useful. Before you go, just quickly want to talk about our Facebook advertising services. So My Business Lead Guru is a Facebook advertising agency, and we create Facebook and Instagram advertising campaigns for our clients. We create them, manage them, optimize them, help our clients get much better results from their Facebook and Instagram advertising efforts. Now, the starting point to work with us is a $3,000 a month budget. If you have a budget above that, or you're looking to spend more than that, and you'd like to work with a professional company, have us take it off your hands and have us improve your results, it's a win-win-win, then I'd love to speak to you. So if you meet that criteria of having at least 3K per month budget, you can click on the link in the video description. It'll be all the way at the bottom beneath all the other links I've mentioned, and you can book a free 30-minute strategy session with me where we can basically discuss. I can find out more about your business, see if you'd be a good fit for us, and you can find out more about our services, what we charge, etc., etc. So if you do meet that criteria and you are interested in working with us, go ahead and book a free strategy session with me. I look forward to speaking to to you. And either way, I want to wish you the best of luck with your Facebook advertising. As I said, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Please smash that like button. Please share it. Tell a friend. That really helps me out. Comment below if you've got any questions, or if you just want to let me know that this was useful. That's always much appreciated. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're new, if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe, click the little bell notification, turn on notifications when you do, so you are notified when I publish new Facebook advertising related videos, which I do 3 times per week. Thanks a lot, guys. Best of luck with everything, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.